It's an attempt to make one local community safer in the wake of a horrifying tragedy. The safety night out in Schuylkill County, our top story on News 13 at 4:30.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Well, ever since a tragic fire on Mother's Day, which killed 4 children and 2 adults, fire safety has been Pottsville's prime target. That's why city officials held a safety night out. And as Matthew Petrillo tells us, kids walked away knowing even more about what to do in emergencies.
This is the only time I ever want to see you in the back of a police car. Got it?
Kids got to play inside Pottsville police cars, meet McGruff the crime dog, get their fingerprints copied, and even explore the inside of a medical helicopter.
I just think this thing is amazing what they do, and it's amazing how much work got put into it.
About 400 people came out to Pottsville's first safety night out. Officials say they plan on doing it every year.
It lets the community know what resources are available to help them in a time of crisis.
The biggest attraction was a fire safety house.
Children can go in and actually experience what it's like to be in a fire with the smoke.
Children were locked into a room where the smoke alarm went off. Fog simulated fire smoke, but the children learned while having fun.
If your door is hot, you should feel it with the back of your hand, not the front. And if it is, you should find a window and climb out of it. We learned about smoke detectors and how to get out of a fire. It was really fun.
Now, these kids are having a fantastic time. You can tell by looking how long the lines are here. But the truth is, public safety is no laughing matter. This event originally spurred from the Mother's Day fire that killed 4 children, and officials are trying to prevent another tragedy.
We want every house in the city of Pottsville to have a smoke detector in it. So we got a lot of people that helped us with donations. We want the kids to go home and question their parents. Do we have a smoke detector, and does it work? The
Mother's Day fire that ripped through a home less than a mile away on Pierce Street did not have any smoke alarms. But kids seem to be getting the message.
I feel like I'm a real fireman.
We wanted to bring out all the kids in the community and show them what it is we do, give them that safe feeling so they understand that if there's a tragedy, if their house is on fire, or they have to call the police, they can interface with them and understand what we're coming to do.
Tell you what, the turnout they got this year, they should definitely do it every year, teach people safety.
And hopefully these events bring awareness and save lives. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Pottsville.
And Pottsville continues to remain committed to honoring the victims of that tragic fire. 3 friends came together and spoke with city officials to try to start a memorial at the Bunker Hill Playground in Pottsville. That memorial would be dedicated to the 4 children who died in the fire. Joy, Jeremiah, Elijah, and Emily Brown often came to play in the park. The friends hope to create a butterfly garden, repaint some of the equipment, and add some new benches.
I just hope that people who knew the children and kids who played with the children are able to come up to the memorial site and sit and look at this stuff here and think of the children, and they're able to plant a flower in the memorial site in remembrance of all of them.
It's just a wonderful thing for everybody to come together. Makes me proud to be part of Schuylkill County. There's many tragedies that have taken place, especially this year, and the community has come together in so many different ways, and this is actually their playground forever.
A fundraiser held last week raised more than $1,000 for that memorial. Another fundraiser is scheduled for June 30th at the Schuylkill Racket and Fitness Center in Origsburg. Cost to attend that is $5. Proceeds will benefit the memorial, and you can find more details at our website, SSPTV.com. Well, one woman is in the hospital right now after a car fire on Interstate 81 late this afternoon. Apparently, 2 grandparents and their granddaughter were driving along 81 when they smelled smoke. That was around mile marker 150. Now, before all 3 were able to safely get out of the van, the grandmother was burned by the flames coming from underneath it. She was evacuated by a medical helicopter. There's no word right now on her condition, but police are investigating the cause of that fire on Interstate 81 late this afternoon. Well, U.S. Marshals captured a man wanted for attempted homicide at the Keystone Job Corps Center on Friday. 23-year-old Gregory Fat Greg Harris was wanted in connection with the shooting of a woman in Washington, D.C. back in May. The U.S. Marshal for the Middle District of Pennsylvania says members of its fugitive task force were able to trace him to the Job Corps in Drums and take him into custody. Job Corps provides education and vocational training to low-income students age 16 and under. There is no word on how Harris entered into the program with charges outstanding against against him. Well, they're taking giant steps toward combating gang violence, and Pennsylvania's Attorney General is proposing a new crime unit tailored specifically for Hazleton. Christina Papa spoke to government officials about the initiative against gang violence.
We need to be reactive, yes, but we also need to be proactive.
Back in April, State Attorney General Kathleen Kane sat down with the Senate Democratic Policy Committee to find better ways to combat drugs and gang violence. Her latest project starts in Hazleton.
The Attorney General's idea is to get funding for 20 Attorney General officers to staff the violent crime or the street crime unit.
The 20-person law enforcement unit specialized in narcotics and gangs would flood the streets of Hazleton with one goal: rid the area of gangs. General Kane pinpointed Hazleton as the unit's first place of assignment. Chief Frank DeAndrea is proud to be a part of the State Attorney General's possible cleanup.
Hazleton has the biggest problem in this entire region, and she is willing to do something about it.
The proposed unit would cost the city $3 million in the 2013-2014 budget. That's around 3 cents per person. U.S. Attorney for the Middle District, Peter J. Smith, thinks that's money well spent and could save more than just the Hazleton area.
Making it a mobile group, she clearly recognized the fact that criminals are mobile and the gang problem is not confined to any one particular area.
Representative Lou Barletta is ready to see Hazleton cleaned up and better than ever.
The results will be moving these gangs out, making it uncomfortable for them, letting them know that we're not going to just sit back and allow them to destroy our neighborhoods and our town and our children.
Hazleton has long been trying to flush drug sales from the area. Chief DeAndrea says any help is a step in the right direction.
We need more help, and we need a new approach. I firmly believe that this approach is exactly what the Commonwealth, what the city of Hazleton needs to help us give these streets back to the community.
Christina Papa, News 13, Hazleton.
The greater Hazleton community has come together for a forever honor for a little girl who lost her battle with cancer. Adriana Bartol of Hazleton passed away in February after battling the disease for most of her short life. Now, folks at the Helping Hands Society made room for a butterfly garden in Adriana's name. The little 6-year-old brought positive energy to many who heard her story of bravery as she battled the serious illness. And with the creation of a garden and a foundation named in her memory, she and her pure, selfless acts live on forever.
If everyone in their lives could just take a little chapter, take a little page from her chapter of her book on strength and courage and just helping others and not thinking of yourself so much in your pain, but just trying to focus on the good things and the positive things in life.
Audrey will always be remembered, and it's a place to come and enjoy the colors and the butterflies that are going to be coming here. And she always loved colors and butterflies and happiness, and this does make you happy when you look at it. It's something special.
It's really a beautiful tribute. Helping Hands was Adriana's school for 2 years, and she always wanted a butterfly garden there for others to enjoy, and she definitely received her wish. And coming up on News 13, make way for the sunshine. We'll tell you when skies will clear in News 13 weather. But first, a major league recreational opportunity for young people in the region and a place to bring the community together. We'll take you there just ahead on News 13. There's a new place in Hazleton aimed at helping kids and bringing the community together. Stephanie Gorney was there for the celebration as Joe Madden's Hazleton One Community Center officially opened for business.
Hazleton One Community Center is officially open and ready to welcome children to come and have fun. Honorary Chairman, the Tampa Bay Rays manager, Joe Madden, came to town to speak on the importance of this center and help with the ribbon cutting. Although the center's grand opening was on Monday, many children have already been taking advantage of the facilities that it has to offer.
It's nice. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that, like if your parents drop you off, there's a lot of stuff you can do and stuff. You'll have fun if you come.
There's different kinds of kids and genders and like just kinds, and they all have fun and make new friends.
The Hazleton Integration Project hopes that this community center will give children more advantages in life and help them accomplish goals that they may not have been able to without the center.
It's going to mean that they're going to help the future and better themselves, and they'll just have more opportunities after they have advantages that help them get better in what they want to be when they grow up.
HIP has already seen a great outreach from the community and have seen children very eager to get involved with the center.
And today, when I came to the building, the first thing that I saw in the door was 5 kids. They want to get inside to play, basketball. I said, today we have a special event. And this is, the sign that really we're going to be very successful, and this community will be taking advantages.
Many of the programs that are offered are free, and families are encouraged to take advantage of them and register their children. For more information on how to become a volunteer or register at the center, call 570-861-8081. Stephanie Gorney, News 13, Hazleton.
And while kids may be having fun at the new community center, some others are losing the funding for vital programs that help them every day. Christina Papa visited Head Start in Wilkes-Barre to talk about the toll that the federal sequester cuts are taking on little ones.
School's out, but one education program is preparing for the money cuts they'll have to deal with in September.
We had a cut due to sequestration, and 32 less preschool children will have an opportunity to come to school this upcoming fall.
Programs across the board were cut due to sequestration, but Head Start in Wilkes-Barre is now starting to feel the loss of money. Luckily, Head Start was able to keep their kids in school this year, but fewer children will be accepted to the program come this fall.
3- and 4-year-old children families would be interested in applying, and we would have to say to those families that your child will be put on a waiting list.
Head Start helps families set goals even before the babies are born with programs like Early Head Start. Now 17 new children and their families will lose their slots in the Early Head Start program as well. Teachers and faculty feel families can't go without this support.
A huge impact. We help out with the children and the families, and it's not only the children that we are trying to help with, we do try to help out with different needs that the families might have as well.
Because of the cuts, Head Start had to cut 2 positions and close 1 classroom in Pittston. Luckily, that teacher from Pittston will be able to come here to the Wilkes-Barre area to teach a class in this building.
With the cuts, Head Start will be able to keep the same quality of programming for the students, but families rely on Head Start for transportation too. Biga says that may be an issue.
One of the things that we're concerned about is the lack of transportation. In our fleet of buses that we have going out, we have reduced that. So we're hoping that families can get their children to us.
In all, each student costs around $8,500 a year to educate. Biga urges families to apply this year because there are still plenty of slots to be filled. Christina Papa, News 13, Wilkes-Barre.
And time now for our first look at regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, our Tuesday has gone a little bit showery. As you can see, bands of showers, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms mixed in, traveling through the area right now. Once they move out, let the sun shine in. Tonight's creative condition is all about what happens when it stops raining and the sun does come out. It's by Esther Moreda, a student at West Hazleton Elementary Middle School, and it just stopped raining and she has hit the swing set under a beautiful rainbow. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazleton for tonight. Once that rain moves through, slight chance of showers through the evening, overnight low down to 54. Then here it comes. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high up to 69 degrees. It'll be clear at night with a low around 54. And Thursday, sunny again with a high near 73, nighttime low around 54. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 75. It'll be partly cloudy at night, low getting down to 57. And Saturday, mostly sunny, a high up to a beautiful 77 degrees. On to Schuylkill County for tonight. Showers and thunderstorms through the evening and well into the early morning hours, a low down to 55 degrees. And for Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 73. It'll be mostly clear at night with a low down to 49. Thursday, sunny again, a high up to 77. Overnight low around 57. On Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 78. It'll be cloudy at night with a low around 59. And then Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 80. And still ahead on News 13, what Joe Madden's new project means for the sports community in Greater Hazleton. Fred Barletta has News 13 Sports. And then it's one sweet traffic ticket for doing the right thing. We'll have the scoop on a local safety project when News 13 continues.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, I remember it was almost 20 years ago, 1994, when there was a strike in Major League Baseball, and that's the last time that Joe Madden has been to his native Hazleton during the baseball season. You can figure it out. It's impossible for him to get here, but of course, with the Hazleton Integration Project actually making it official yesterday, Joe Madden and his wife Jay in town, and you saw all the festivities a little bit early on, and obviously he was excited to be here. It was nice to talk to him right here in Hazleton. Needless to say, he is really pumped up and excited about what's actually taking place with the HIP project.
And I'll probably wrap my mind around it a little bit later. A lot of interesting things have happened over the last several years in regards to my personal career, and most of the time you got to wait a little bit for it to really sink in, but totally significant to be able to understand this building is ours right now, and that we could help impact the lives of so many kids in a positive way. It's outstanding.
Now, Madden's going to have very little time to really digest this one right now because he's got some major work ahead of him starting today up at Fenway Park in Boston, because the Rays start a big series with the Red Sox, and it just seems that the Red Sox are one of the teams that have caused all sorts of problems for Tampa Bay, but we'll see. That one up at Fenway, as we said, the old day-night doubleheader. Meanwhile, in other Major League games, the Yankees host the LA Dodgers for the first time in the Bronx since the World Series of 1981. Washington and Philly, Game 2 after the Phils' dramatic come-from-behind win last night. And the Reds and Pirates play as well. The Mets and Atlanta, that one also a day-night doubleheader. Minor League Baseball, Russ Kanzler was not in the starting lineup, but he did get some at-bats. He was 0 for 1, walked his Norfolk team. 4-2 losers to Indianapolis. The Tide suddenly hitting a little bump in the road. Meanwhile, the Rail Riders, they take care of business against the Rochester Red Wings, and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs get upended out in Mudhen land. Toledo knocks them off 8-6. There's your schedule today. It's basically the exact same games continuing that we just gave you the scores on. So we'll see how that goes. And is this going to be the last night of the NBA season? It could be if San Antonio wins. The Spurs have a 3-2 lead going into Game 6. That one is in Miami. I still like the Heat, not only to win tonight, but to take the series. But hey, we'll see. Hey, how hungry are you tonight? The most popular wing night in town is up at Bottlenecks. That's right, they've got the area's best wings, and every Tuesday, they're just $9.95 for all you can eat. All the delicious flavors. You can have as many as you like. You can't go wrong, and they are delicious. Up at Bottlenecks every Tuesday. They sponsor us not only on Tuesdays, but it's a great place.
Finally, for now, is the best traffic ticket you'll ever want to get. A local police officer was actually handing out tickets to the littlest drivers on the roads or sidewalks. But as Christina Papa discovered, this safety project is sweeter than you think.
Local Whitehaven police have started to hand out tickets to little kids.
We are citing every kid. We have a quota for every kid under 12 years old who is wearing their helmet.
Pennsylvania state law says that any child under 12 must wear a helmet. So Whitehaven Chief of Police Thomas Zoke is hitting the rocky road and handing out some tasty tickets.
We hand them a ticket for an ice cream. They can go right down to Woods Ice Cream. Woods Ice Cream happily gives them another ice cream.
Operation Safe Summer started in Ohio, where a local officer gave kids wearing helmets on the road tickets, redeemable for ice cream. When Whitehaven's Chief Zoke got word of the idea, he had to get a scoop of the action.
It's great. Like I said, I got to give the credit to Chief Oliver out in Brimfield. He was the one who really started the idea. Every year, kids tend to forget after winter that they need to wear their helmets, so this is a nice, friendly reminder.
Police have teamed up with Woods Ice Cream in Whitehaven. The popular hangout is right off of 940.
Cars whiz by down 940 right in the middle of Whitehaven. That's why police officers want to make sure the kids are safe and wearing their helmets. So what better way to do that than with a little bit of ice cream?
Spencer and his friends hang out at Woods all the time. They think getting a ticket can be pretty sweet.
He'll stop you and just give you a ticket, and it's to Woods Ice Cream. Kids like ice cream. You know, it's their thing.
Chief Zoke has already handed out over 50 tasty tickets and doesn't plan to stop. Folks enjoying their frozen treats at Woods are glad to see police keeping an eye on the kids.
Yes, they should get tickets because I have 2 granddaughters and they definitely don't ride their bikes without their helmets.
Whitehaven police plan to keep up with the project until the last ticket is served. In fact, the tickets have been so popular, Chief Zoke plans to hand them out again next year. Christina Papa, News 13, Whitehaven.
I just might have to take a bike ride over to Whitehaven. Well, we've got a program note to tell you all about. Starting July 1st, News 13 is moving to a new time. We will be moving from our 4 p.m. time slot to Live at 5, Monday through Friday. That's News 13 Live at 5, starting on Monday, July 1st. Watch us anytime at SSPTV.com. And that's News 13 for your Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch this newscast again with rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just go to News 13's website anytime, SSPTV.com, where you'll always find the local and regional news you need and the community news you want. For the entire News 13 team, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Have a great night.